In this video, we'll discuss two very important parts of the job search: resumes and applications. Your resume is often the first impression that you make on an employer. It has to be professional, true, and without typos or mistakes. When employers are considering applicants, they usually make two piles: one of people who met the qualifications and have a presentable resume, and one of people who are missing qualifications or whose resumes are not professional. This second pile goes directly into the trash. To create the best resume possible, you should be in the know. You can find many sources online that will tell you about what makes a good resume. You can research by yourself what employers are looking for and how these things change over time. If you know how to make your own resume, you'll find it much easier to make changes or additions to it as needed without having to rely on someone else to do it for you or with you. Use simple and elegant formatting. Don't try to use interesting graphics or formatting that will distract from the information on the page. Your resume shouldn't be shorter than a page or longer than 2 pages. Don't use false information to fill in space, though. Don't include a picture. Edit. Make sure that you've read your own resume, even if someone else helped to write it. You should know the content really well. And you'll also often find mistakes, even if it has a professional who helped you. Look it over many times before you send it out. Have a second person whom you trust look at it too to make sure it looks good. Fill in the gaps. Your resume shouldn't have long gaps without work if possible. If you had jobs while you were incarcerated, use them on your resume, but be ready to talk about the work experience that you gained during that specific time in your life. Use the firm you worked for or the state itself as your employer if applicable. If you weren't employed during a certain time in life, were you doing work that you weren't paid for, such as caring for someone at home? Use these experiences on your resume as well. If you were a volunteer, you can write in volunteer such and such as the position you were working in. Don't be so creative as to be dishonest, though. If your work experience has many gaps or you don't have much work experience, there are different strategies for the framework of the resume that can help make it look less bare. Know your skills. Identify what skills are valuable to employees and choose a few that are very true for you. Include those on your resume if you don't have too much work history. You can also work to further develop those skills while you wait. Skills are divided into 2 types: hard and soft. Hard skills are specific things that you've learned or that you can do, like typing, operating a forklift, using a software program, speaking another language. Soft skills are characteristics that you have that make you a good employee, like honesty, being hardworking, working well on a team. Use online resources wisely. There's a website that lists the skills and duties of most occupations. Use it to help you create your resume. It can be found at the website shown on the screen. Tailor the resume to the job. You may want to have several versions of your resume for different industries or positions. You may also want to make changes for each time you apply so that the resume you use contains the most relevant experiences you have for that specific opportunity. There are also experiences that can add bulk to your resume. First, volunteering is a great way to learn new skills, gain solid references, find out about local job opportunities, and show potential employers that you are dedicated and responsible. Although it's usually unpaid, it strengthens your application and offers experiences you can talk about in your job search. Second, you can go back to school. Going back to school to get your GED or vocational training or an advanced college or professional degree shows that you are responsible, focused, and driven. All qualities that employers look for when hiring. As a practical matter, going back to school can offer you training to expand your skill set and qualify you for more jobs. You can participate in a reentry program like the one at Mass Liberation. Employers will be impressed if you are proactive and take steps to grow and learn from challenging past situations. Finally, participate in workforce development programs. They provide a lot of opportunities for employment and can help you to get your foot in the door to a new career. Now let's talk about what the resume actually looks like. Your resume will contain at least 6 sections. Number 1. Personal contact information. Include your name, a local phone number, and a professional email address. It can also be helpful to include a city or neighborhood if you live close to the job, but don't include your address. 2. Objective. Write 1 to 2 sentences that include a few of your most important skills and the types of industry that you are hoping to work in. 3. Education. If you have a degree from a college or university, do not include your high school education. If you don't have college courses or a degree, include your high school diploma or GED and any course programs you've completed. 4. Work experience. List all jobs in the last 10 to 15 years that are relevant to the job you are applying for or where you did well and have good references or skills acquired. Do not list jobs you were fired from unless they were significantly long and you can provide a good explanation. 5. Certifications and licenses. List all relevant certifications or licenses that are still valid. 6. Skills. In this section, list all relevant hard skills that you have and a few of the most impressive or most relevant soft skills that you have. Now let's talk briefly about job applications. The first step in filling out applications is to have your master application completed. If it's completed entirely, all the information you will need for any application will be there for reference. It will make the application process much smoother. Next, keep in mind that any information that you give about yourself may become part of what an employer considers. This includes information you share with the employer or other employees at the company, with a temp agency, at a job fair, at a workforce development center, or with other people or organizations that are involved in your job search process. It can include paperwork you fill out or sign, a questionnaire you complete, information you type in online, documents you hand in, or answers or information that you say in person. Make sure that all information that an employer might see is without mistakes and reflects the truth. If you have social media accounts, make sure they come across as a professional in case someone should search for you. Every application you fill out, every answer to a question, and each cover letter should be edited very carefully so that an employer doesn't immediately dismiss you based on your mistakes. When you fill out an application, make sure that you answer every question as instructed. Sometimes, not answering a question will send your application straight to the trash. If you have questions about your resume and applications, you'll get a chance to learn more on the Fundamentals of Employment courses at the center. And you can also work with your coach. There are a lot of great resources online and in the community to help you prepare these documents during your job search. But as I mentioned before, you are ultimately responsible for making sure that everything is edited and correct. Thank you, and good luck in your job search process.